Welcome! Hello everybody! It's October, so I'm going to talk about my upcoming young adult dystopian book, and so I thought I'd do the little makeup filter. Anyways, on my Etsy store, I have these mystery cauldrons, and this is a really good size, and I have a lot of swag in it. And I think I'm only selling them for $20, and they got way more than $20 worth of goodies in here. So if you guys like stuff like that, I have a link in the bio, and it's available in my Etsy store. So I'm going to open it up and kind of show you as I'm going to talk about my book. So I've sealed these magic. Look, they're all sealed with magic. See, I got a magic wand. Isn't this pretty? I have one of my best friends from when I worked years ago. She's a crystal vendor now, so she made this little magic wand for me. Isn't that pretty? Boom, boom. Okay, we touched it, so there's that. So I've sealed this with some wax, and I think I have 6 available. I just got some necklaces and crystals and stuff. My books are usually full of magic somehow, because I like to escape into the pages. So we're going to open this mystery box together. See, there's the wax seal. I just took it off, and it says make a wish, and it's got fairy dust in there. There we go. The first one. Ooh, glitter everywhere. This is what it looks like now. So right now, I'm opening a mystery cauldron box that I have available. I just took the wax seal off, and I took out the little Make-A-Wish magic glitter packet. So I have a sticker. This is bookish themed, based on my books, basically. This says, I still read fairy tales, or just a bit spicier now. Little sign that says, you are magical. And of course we got the little Halloween goodies, like the teeth and the little snake, because it's just cute. Here we go. So I wanted to talk about my young adult dystopian book that I'm working on, because the books that I have out right now are geared towards adults. Paranormal, shifter, romance, portal fantasy, sci-fi, alien romance. Comes with a little flower. Now let's see here. This is the first goodie. I can get it out. Oh, look at that. Here we go. I'll open it up so you can see. It looks like this is a keychain. We have a keychain. These are all very similar, but because I make the jewelry and stuff, sometimes they're slightly different, but this is what you get in one of my things. So here's a keychain. This one features the Harmony Interrupted resin book. It's got a howling wolf and a sword and a pearl dragon claw. So that's a cute little trinket. That's the first one that came out. Then you got a little dragon sticker. You got a little star. My publishing label is called Magic Twinkle Books, so I have a lot of stars. You have a little button. Here's a little heart. Button says spread those pages. It's got a book with the... See? There's another button. It says good girl. This is a Stardust Love Spell glitter necklace. It's a little paparazzi bracelet. I just wanted to show you guys what the little cauldron thing is. This one, I think, lights up. It's a little magic light up slime ball, I think. This one is I want to say this is a strawberry quartz dragon head. Isn't this amazing? You got a lot of little, this thing's packed with stuff. So here's a little stone that says dream. I think we have more crystals in this little bag here. Little baggie of crystals. Because you can't have a magic cauldron without crystals. I think there's a mushroom and different types of crystal rocks in there. Some of them are raw. What is this one? This one's a worry stone, an amethyst worry stone. Hi Dee, how are you? And then of course we've got a really cool bookmark. So this is an example of the magic mystery cauldron that I have for sale on my Etsy store. So I'm going to put the amethyst back. I just wanted to kind of show you guys what I got. If you think it would be a cute little gift to give to somebody, especially in the bookish community. So I'm just going to start putting these things back. They're on my Etsy store. I think I only have 6 of these, so I just wanted to make them. I thought they were fun because I like mystery stuff. I'm doing the spooky filter because I want to talk about my dystopian book that I'm writing for the grandbabies to be able to read, and for my nieces and the kids, because they want to read my books and Grandma hasn't written anything that they could read. So, Chronicles of the Zenobian Misfits. Now let me tell you guys how I came up, when I come up with ideas for my creative writing, the plots to books or whatever, I don't get me wrong, I'm a prancer. I don't know the story until I write it out, but I do try to have a concept of what I want in the book, you know. So let me just kind of tell you the plot. I've written about 10 chapters of it so far. So I'm doing it a little differently. I have a new editor, so I'm writing it, and then I'm sending her the chapter, and we're editing it, and then that way, hopefully, by the time I'm finished writing, I've gotten through most of the editing, and I can launch it. It's a new concept for me to do it that way, but hey, you know, it'll help me with my development of the book. All right, put this in here. Ooh, how cute is that? Little cutesy little Halloween stuff. Chronicles of the Zenobian Misfits. It is a young adult dystopian portal fantasy book. And this is how I came up with the concept of it. Have your phones ready to do a little Google if you've never heard of this before. I was down the rabbit hole of TikTok or some sort of, because sometimes I wake up and I just watch the videos and scroll through them, or I go to bed scrolling through videos. But anyways, I was down the rabbit hole of one of these TikTok-y things, right? And whoop, here we go. We got it all packed up again. Look at that. And I gotta seal it with the wax seal. But here's the mystery cauldron we just went through. So if you guys want to surprise somebody with a little cute little mystery cauldron with some crystals and bookish jewelry swag, help a starving artist out. Anyways, back to the dystopian story. I was at my daughter's house. I was visiting her. She's getting ready to get married, so I was there to help her make some flower arrangements. And I fell asleep, and I had this crazy dream, because I've always had crazy dreams. I should do a dream journal. I could probably plot a lot of books that way. But it was based on a video I had watched when I went down the rabbit hole. Now, I don't know how many of you guys have heard of this, but there is something called a black night satellite. which there's this big conspiracy about what it actually is. It orbits Earth in the polar atmosphere. I think it was discovered, I don't know what, 1800s. It was first discovered, 1800s, something like that. And then in the 50s, a guy who was running a satellite was trying to listen to radio waves, and apparently he deciphered some sort of a number radio wave that gave him coordinates to a place in space. And if I find that, I've written it down in my story, because that was the basis for my whole crazy dystopian story, based off of this dark night satellite. This is where this whole concept came from. When I saw that, I was like, what? Nobody's talking about this? Like, I'd never heard of it before. So it was like a shock to me, and it was weird. And I like it because I like watching like the true crime shows and paranormal ghost hunters, and just hearing weird, odd stories. And this was odd to me, and it was like sci-fi kind of. So I just was intrigued by the story itself. Anyways, they're saying that this is an alien-made satellite that's been orbiting our Earth for, they believe, like 10,000, 13,000 years now. That's what the conspiracists say. So if you Google the images of the Black Knight satellite, it'll pop up, and it just looks like a spaceship or something that's like an alien spaceship that's circling the Earth. And apparently some dude got some sort of radio wave message, like as an invitation for us to go to this planet. It's like the 7th planet from their sun or something, and they gave a name, and I thought that was fascinating. It's probably all fake. I don't know. I don't care. I love the story. So in my mind, I had this dream that involved the stupid Dark Knight satellite, and then I woke up with this concept for the book, so I started writing. So it's a young adult dystopian book called Chronicles of the Zenobian Misfits. I'm going to bring up my book and see if I can find the part that I wrote about it. Maybe I'll read it to you a little bit. I've been working on relaunching book 1 and 2 with a different publishing company. Chronicles. Chronicles of the Zenobian Misfits. Here we go. I'm going to see if I can find that spot that talks about the Dark Knight satellite so I can read it to you. Because, you know, I can write my stories more clearly than I can talk about them. Anyways, the concept is SpaceX, Elon and his SpaceX team have this big plan to make this planetary defense system with these advanced lasers that can hit asteroids and either set them off course from Earth or disintegrate them. In my concept, I don't know if they have that technology, but in my concept for the book, that's what's happening. Which is funny because right now I think we have an asteroid close to Earth that's orbiting us right now. It's like the second moon. And so anyways, the Black Knight satellite has been up there for years and years and years, all these thousands of years, and he's got this grid up there of satellites, and he wants to make this like planetary defense system grid around the planet, but he wants to clear out anything that is going to cause a collision course with his grid. And the Black Knight satellite is in the way of in the collision course for his grid. So to test their laser system, they decided they were going to shoot this satellite, this alien satellite, and demolish it so that they can put their grid up, and then also have a valid, accurate outer space test of their laser system that they think is going to shoot off the asteroids. And so there's this scientist whose whole job was to study this dark night or black night satellite up there. And he was using an AI computer that was scanning it and trying to see if it really did have the frequency that it was trying to give back. So I'm going to read you a passage from my Chronicles of the Zenobian Misfits that kind of explain what happened. Here we go. I am not a narrator. I love narrators. So what happens is this little girl from another planet up there near the home planet of this dark black night satellite, when SpaceX shoots this laser at the satellite, it does demolish it. But the satellite has such high technology because the planet that it's from is like 13 million light years away from Earth. And so in order for it to have gotten here 13,000 years ago, it had to go create a wormhole and come here. And it's just monitoring Earth and waiting for us to catch up with technology so that we can travel back and forth to each other's planet. But SpaceX decides to laser it and destroy it. And when that happens, it created this explosion above in our polar atmosphere that created like a wormhole portal thing that instantly took aliens from that system and the planets around in that system, put them on Earth. It took Earthlings, some of the Earthlings just kind of vanished like the Rapture and got sent to their planets. And then it was such a massive explosion and reactive thing when the wormhole opened up that it knocked Earth off its axis. And so it literally kind of like wiped out any electronics that we use. And it's created natural disaster anomalies. So not only are the people left on Earth struggling to figure out what happened to them, there's no way to use machinery and electricity, and they're discovering confused magical alien beings, and they're dealing with other people who are trying to survive and the nastiness. So it's like this whole dystopian survival concept. Well, it starts with the little girl. Her name is Callie. She is a elemental fae, particularly an air fae, and she's from the Zenobian planet. And the Zenobian planet, they don't have the technology to space travel, not like the planet that invited us, that sent the satellite to Earth. They just are like Earthlings that got scattered because of the wormhole thing. And so she ended up being transported to Earth. And what had happened was there was this town that was demolished by either the explosion of the satellite, or what they thought happened was like this massive tornado just came and demolished the town. So there's like these young kids in their early 20s that worked at an oil change facility. They were down in the pit when the whole town got wiped out by wind that they thought was like a tornado. So when they crawled out of the hole, they're like looking for survivors. They can't even recognize their town. And one of the ladies that worked there, she heard a little girl crying. They dig her out, and they realize that she's like this tiny elemental little girl that looks like a fae. looks alien. She's got silver eyes and white hair. So they realized this is not normal. But it didn't matter because the woman was talking to her through the debris, and she realized she was just a little girl, and she wasn't going to let anybody mess with her because she didn't care what she was or what was happening. So they're trying to figure out what's going on. They don't know if they've been invaded by aliens, if they're under attack. They don't understand. But they got the little girl who's just as scared as they are, and they're trying to survive. So they make it to a Walmart, trying to find some supplies so that they can try and figure out how to get home, check on family, whatever. And there's this, the scientist that worked for SpaceX happens to be there, and he is trapped, and they're trying to rescue him from the debris, and he's also telling them about the what happened with the dark night satellite or whatever, or the black night satellite. I keep calling it like it's Batman. So anyways, I'm going to start from there just to kind of explain to you the concept of the story, and then the rest of it goes from there. So they're in the Walmart, and as they entered the Walmart, they found a baby dragon hatched from an egg. So they've got this baby dragon on their hands now too, along with this little fairy girl. They're really confused. This is kind of from Callie's perspective. She's the little elemental fae. Shay's talking to her. Shay organized her loot. She checked on the sleeping injured giant, which is like the doctor, because this little girl thinks everybody's a giant. Then she sat next to the baby and me. You've been so brave and helpful, Callie. I am very proud of you, Shay said as she picked up the baby and rocked him in her arms. Now that I think about it, Brimstone is kind of fitting. What do you think, Callie? Yes, on Brimstone as his name, I asked. Yes, on Earth it's often referred to as dragons in fantasy. This is why Billy calls him Brimstone. I think it's a unique name. If you think the giant Billy loves the name, we should call him Brimstone. I kissed Brimstone's cheek, and he sucked on his lips in the cutest way. Water, the hurt giant male croaked. Here, Callie, lay with Brimstone, Shay said, placing the baby beside me. Shay grabbed a bottle of water. Drink slowly, Shay encouraged as she held the male's head up so he could sip the water. What is your name, sir? Shay asked. Dr. James Faraday. I work for the Laser Defense Development with SpaceX, the male stated in a weak voice. Dr. Faraday, hang in there. Billy is getting your antibiotics and pain medicine from the pharmacy. We will help you, doctor. Just relax for now. Here, have some water. I told them not to fire at that Black Knight satellite. I wanted to investigate my mysterious satellite before we tested the laser on it. The male lost his breath, and it was difficult for him to talk. Billy, hurry with those medications, Shay hollered. Brim jumped, startled in my arms. Shh, baby Brim. It's okay, you're safe, I tried to soothe him. No, dear, listen, I left South Padre Island after being fired for my insubordination when I protested the laser fire on the Black Knight. I tried to get home to San Antonio before the laser would hit so I could be with my family in case things went badly. I stopped to use the restroom and to get some emergency supplies. I guess they used the laser after all. Well, you're just outside of Beeville, Texas, sir. Let us help you so you can make it home, Shay said. The satellite has been a mystery since it was discovered. Using a highly advanced AI deciphering computer, I confirmed that it came from the Boötes galaxy, a double-sun solar system. There are 7 planets from the sun. The Black Knight originates from the 6th planet with 1 moon. They call their home Upsilon. I am from the fourth planet we call Zenobia. There we have 3 moons, and our planet is smaller, I said, knowing our solar system had 7 planets, and Boötes was described to me by my mother. The male looked briefly my way before he continued to explain his story to Shay. The computer was accurate. Seeing you, tiny creature, adds to what I have already witnessed. My colleagues developed an extraordinary AI deciphering computer system. We were investigating the Black Knight for SpaceX, Dr. Faraday coughed. The AI confirmed that the Black Knight did have a message that gave us coordinates to their home planet, which was an invitation. The Black Knight was aged at 13,000 years old. It has been in our polar orbit that long. However, the Boötes galaxy is 66 million light years away from Earth, and the AI determined that the Black Knight had the capacity to create a portal in space. It was willing to share the knowledge with us so we could travel to Upsilon. The AI calculated an apocalyptic event if we shot the laser to demolish the Black Knight. There was potential for the portal to open and beings to be transferred instantly from our planet, Earth, to other planets in the Boötes galaxy, and for beings from the Boötes galaxy to be placed here on Earth as well. That energy alone will cause Earth herself to react with devastating weather anomalies. Sorry, I can't speak today. I tried to convince SpaceX to abort the mission, but they fired me for my efforts. Is this for real? Shay said, offering him another sip of water. I'm afraid so, child. I saw people vanish before my eyes as I left the bathroom. The few people who remained left screaming about the rapture, leaving me trapped here. It was not the rapture, child. Not this event, anyways. The doctor coughed again, this time spitting up red blood. My stomach grew queasy. I thought it strange that Earth people bleed red, my kind bleed blue. Billy came back, dropping more stuff. Here, I got some medication. He handed Shay a few bottles. Don't bother. No need to waste it on me. I'm too far gone, Dr. Faraday choked out. His chest was rattling with every breath. No, don't say that. We need a smart doctor to help us, Shay insisted as she tried to put pills in the male's mouth. Dr. Faraday weakly slapped Shay's hand away. Be mindful and stick together. Prepare for fires, flood, disastrous weather, and aliens. People will be dangerous. Prepare to fight. The world is not the same. Dr. Faraday closed his eyes and his breathing fell shallow. Take this, Dr. Faraday. Slowly pulled the thing from his pocket. I copied the hard drive of the AI computer and encased it in this electrical magnetic impulse resistant grade case. Keep it safe. Maybe one day you can find a working computer, Dr. Faraday whispered, not opening his eyes. Oh no, how could this be happening? Shay said in fear. Tears filled her dark eyes as she held the dark device in her trembling fingers. That's a little snippet of the Chronicles of the Zenobian Misfits. So we have Shay and Billy, who came out of the oil change pit with their 2 buddies, and then they found the little elemental fae girl. She's 10 years old, but she's like the size of a spider monkey with eyes that turn silver and white hair, and they could just tell she's alien. And the 2 buddies that they had were like scared. They thought they were being invaded by aliens, so they took off to try to go home. They weren't going to have anything to do with little Callie. And Billy really didn't want to have much to do with Callie, but his girlfriend Shay said, nope, I'm protecting her. She's a little kid. She's tiny. She's away from home. She has us. So they traveled to the Walmart to try to get some supplies so they can make it home, see if their family's okay, and if their homes have been demolished. And when they go to the Walmart, they try to save Dr. Faraday. He kind of tells them what happened. And now they've got this computer chip. And they also showed up at Walmart where there was a dragon nest, and one of the eggs wasn't crushed and hatched, and there was a little baby dragon baby. So now they have a little baby dragon, they have a little elemental fae, and they got the two of them with the USB AI advanced computer hard drive downloaded into it that's protected in this electrical magnetic EMP case. So they have to try to survive, collect whatever Zenobians that they're going to collect, whatever humans they're going to collect to be a part of their little misfit gang, and figure out how to maybe fix this portal that's up in the sky, if there's a way to get humans home, if there's a way to get the Zenobians back to their planet. And that's the whole concept of this story. So I hope you guys like that. That's going to be my young adult dystopian book, and it'll be geared towards teenagers. So there we go. Sorry for my reading. I love narrators. I have book 1 and 2 being produced in audiobooks right now. Harmony Interrupted, which is my adult spicy one, it is this one over here, is going to be in audiobook form October 18th. So just a couple weeks away. I have 3 narrators who brought that book to life, which is so exciting for me. I've got Natalia Castellino, Melanie Hastings, and Ryan, who have narrated the characters of that book, and they did a great job bringing that book alive. So once I get done with writing this book and publishing this book, I'm going to have it in audiobook format as well. But I thought I would talk about the young adult dystopian book. So I've been doing a little crafting. I have crystallized this little Halloween bookcase, and I made a rose. I got to connect it to this book, but I made a rose out of my pages from my book. This one's a spell book, and I added crystals to it, so I thought that was cute. I'm working on that. Anyways, if you guys would like to support me, I have all the links in my link tree. I have an Etsy store, and you can always message me. If my books aren't available online right now, it's because they are being I've handed some rights over to Publish so that they can be their publisher. So they're being republished, and that should be happening within the next couple weeks. So that's just a temporary blip in the system. But I have a couple books that are available. If you want signed copies, you can get them through my Etsy store. Message me. So that's it, y'all. I hope you like my little excerpt from the talking about the Black Knight satellite up there. So if you want to go down that rabbit hole, you can Google it, check out some image, read about the conspiracies of it. I think it's pretty fascinating. So that's where I got this story from. Anyways, I hope you guys are looking forward to that. I know I am. I am really into this story right now, and it's on the forefront, so I want to try to get it out. Anyhow, I hope you guys have a great Saturday, good weekend. I will be doing my Blind Date with a Book giveaway on this Monday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on my Facebook page. And if there's any authors out there, romance authors, who want to sign up for a book signing event near Houston, there's some tables left for the Muses of Romance AuthorCon. I have links for the sign-up sheets, and I think it closes on October 31st, so spread the word for that. Also, it's a free event for readers, and it'll be February 1st, 2025 in Shenandoah, Texas at the Crown Plaza. So check those things out, and if you have any questions, reach out. Thank you guys for your time. Bye for now.